Welcome to the Climate Water Outlook for July to September 2019. Dry and warmer than average conditions are likely to continue for July through to September for much of southern Australia, with an increased risk of frost. But first, let's look at recent conditions. Very dry conditions have persisted through large parts of southern Australia, prolonging the drought in several areas, particularly in the northern Murray-Darling Basin. But after an extremely dry start to the year, there was some timely rain for parts of Western Australia. Successive cold fronts brought rain, severe winds, waves and coastal erosion to southwest WA. Some locations near the south coast had over 170 millimetres in a week. The Central West District had more rain in the first 12 days of June than in the previous 9 months. Daytime temperatures remained above average in June for many areas. However, nights in much of eastern Australia were colder than usual, with widespread fog and frost later in the month. Cool nights extended into the Northern Territory, with nights dropping below 20 degrees at Darwin, perfect for flowering of this year's mango crop. While there was some early season snow in the southeast, mild conditions and rain mid-month washed away much of these early falls. With warm and mostly dry conditions persisting in the east, soil moisture remains below average for many key agricultural regions in southern Australia. Many water storages started filling in June. However, storage levels are yet to increase in southern Victoria or the northern Murray-Darling Basin, where levels are still at just 7%. So what's driving our climate right now? Ocean temperatures in the tropical Pacific have eased from El Niño thresholds, and most models forecast a further decline over the coming months. As a result, we have removed our El Niño watch. In the Indian Ocean, water temperatures have been at positive Indian Ocean dipole levels for several weeks, and that's likely to persist through winter and spring. Historically, this has often resulted in below average winter-spring rainfall over central and southern Australia, and an early start to the southern bushfire season. The state of these climate drivers also makes higher air pressure more likely over southern Australia leading into spring, meaning less wind, less cloud and clearer skies. So what does that mean for our July to September outlook? Average to drier than average conditions are likely for much of Australia. Turning to stream flows for June to August, low flows are likely for nearly 2/3 of locations across Australia. Near median and high flows are likely mostly in the northeast and southeast. For temperatures, days are likely to be warmer than average for most of Australia except for southern parts of WA. Nights are likely to be warmer than average across the north and nearer the coast. While for southern inland areas, clear nights and dry soils will raise the risk of frost. So in summary, for much of the country, we're expecting an average to drier than average July to September. Temperatures are likely to be warmer than average, low stream flows are likely at most locations, and there's a risk of frost for inland parts of southern Australia. For more details, visit bom.gov.au/climate/ahead. Our first look at likely conditions for August to October will be available on Thursday, the 11th of July. From the Bureau of Meteorology, I'm Paul Fakemer.